This video is in response to this comment right here. And yes, anytime. This is a open thing for anybody who ever wants to use anything on this channel. So if you hear something or want to say something or you want to reference my video or whatever, or just want to mention me or talk about me or in any way, good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. You feel freely. I'm not going to try and take down the video. I'm not going to try and, do anything at all. Even if you're talking bad about me, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, this is a open forum, an open chat session. So that's why my name's Daryl Chat, because I want to be able to chat with others and say what we can do here. Like, and I respond to comments directly, but the reason why I don't respond to them directly, as in like through the comment section, is because of the fact that people will impersonate you. Now, I'm not opening this invitation for anyone to impersonate me. Don't try and act like you are me, but you could download this video and do a reaction video to it. You could literally just take a piece of this video and talk about it. Or you could just say, hey, I just seen this new guy. You can say whatever you want, but don't put my profile picture as your own. Don't try and repost my videos as your own, because all those will get removed for sure. But if you're not trying to impersonate me and you at your own channel doing your own thing and you want to mention me in any way, of course, I am down for all of that. So I appreciate you at least putting in the comment section. And this was one of those times where I felt like I was gonna have to respond. Like, well, how am I supposed to respond? Like, he's not gonna, like, I hit the like and the heart, but that's still not a verbal confirmation that you can go ahead and do it. So I wanted to go ahead and put out this video to anybody who comes across my channel and wants to say anything about it at all. Mention me, put a piece of my video in your video, whatever you want to do aside from impersonating me, I am okay with. This is my verbal confirmation. I'm not gonna give you a written confirmation because you could do anything with that. I'm just gonna I'll mess with you. But yeah, I just want to make sure that it's fully understood of that. Also, this is another part of his comment right here. So he said that he likes to get the perspective of other drivers. So if you are a driver on any gig app, definitely I want to hear from you in the comments below. How has your experience been? How long you've been doing it? Has it been fun? Has it been horrible? Was it better back then? Is it better today? Because this, for actually full-time gigging, this is like my first time. Now, when I think about Uber and Lyft, I don't think of that as like the gig economy, because I look at food gigs and things of that nature as the gig economy. Because a lot of the people that I see out here talking about the gig economy are DoorDash, Instacart, Grubhub. Well, not really Grubhub, but you see what I'm saying, like food delivery apps basically. And Uber and Lyft, I feel like, yeah, sure, it is still a gig app, but I don't know. I don't feel like that's the same thing at all. Like when someone says, yeah, I do gigs, I wouldn't think that you would do Uber and Lyft. That wouldn't come across my mind at all. Now, I will say this right here. I did do Uber and Lyft for 2 years. That was a crazy experience. I had a crazy amount of trips. And what I would like to know is any other Uber drivers that are close to 20,000 rides, did they cut you off? Because when I got to 20,000 rides, what happened is after the whole time, I'm talking about 2 solid years of absolutely zero, not a single report of anything. I've drifted lanes, I've missed turns, all that. I've never been reported for, oh, he's under the influence, ever. Then after 2 years, once I got up to 20,000 trips, I got 3 of them back to back and got deactivated. Has that ever happened to anybody else? Has anyone ever went through that? I couldn't believe it. With Lyft, I've never got a report as well. Never. Lyft, I have right now, I think it's 14,000 trips. So I'm not yet at 20, and I probably never will be, because I like Instacart better than Lyft, because for me the moneymaker was Uber. Like every time I was out there doing my thing, Uber would give me the better trip. Back then, I don't know about now, but Uber always gave me the better trip. So yeah, if it was super slow on Uber, I would do Lyft, but for the most part I was doing Uber. And so I just couldn't make a living off of Lyft. But I could make a pretty good living off of Uber during that time. And I don't know if, obviously things have changed, but I don't know if it's changed for the better or for the worse, you know? So if you're an Uber driver, definitely put it down below, because I want to know what your experience has been like with Uber, and if that's ever happened to you, about them just violating you out of nowhere after 2 years of being on and 20,000 trips. If you've been on for 5 years and don't have 20,000 trips, that's not you're not the person I'm talking to. I'm talking about anybody who has 20,000 trips and up. That's who I'm talking to. And what's crazy is I've been hearing that like deactivated drivers have been able to get back on the platform. I'm not one of them. I have not been able to get back on the platform because I wanted to sign up for Uber Eats, but I didn't realize that Uber won't let me do Uber Eats because of the Uber situation, which is crazy. You know, I don't know. I could be drinking right now and no one would know. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no interaction with the customer. I mean, I don't drink. I'm completely sober. I'm just saying like I have like this much interaction with the actual customer. So they wouldn't know if I was drunk unless I was stumbling around. They wouldn't know. I would just be like delivering their food. They'd have no clue on whether I was this or that or anything like that. But when you're like in the same car as somebody and you don't drink and someone else has been drinking, you could definitely smell that. Being in an environment like that, you could definitely smell that. So I understand that. That's why I never did that during business hours with Uber. So I just want to know if anyone's ever had that happen to them. Also with Lyft, if any veteran driver Lyfts, that I'm talking about 20,000 rides or up, I mean, you're still a veteran driver otherwise, but I'm just saying, like, those are the people I'm mainly talking to, which seems like a lot. That's a lot of trips. That's a crazy amount of trips. If you think about it, they're only counting it per ride. So if I've seen 20,000 people, most everybody's got 2 to 3 people that could get in the car. I've definitely seen well over 20,000 people. Well over that. I could probably say I've seen like 60, 70,000 people in real life, face-to-face interaction. Maybe we're talking, maybe we're not. But I still had to interact with them like, hey, how you doing? Every single time they got in. I never had any negative experience with Uber at all, or Lyft. Like I never had someone that was too wasted or any of that. Like when I found out how much they paid you for someone throwing up in the back of your car, I started picking up those people. I started picking up those people that are just way too wasted and just throw them in your car and you got to go take them somewhere. I used to pick them up all the time because they would, bro. They would always throw up in the car, and I would always, man, that'll turn your night from it's been all right to it was a banger night tonight. I had a little system down to where I could literally get that smell out and still be able to go drive that night. I would need like an hour or two off, but I could get back to driving. Bro, I used to love it. I was so scared of people throwing up in my car that I was like, no. Every time I seen them, I would just drive off. Some girls like, oh, like that. I was just gone. But now they know how much they pay you and how easy it is. Oh yeah. Pick them up all the time. I wouldn't even rush to pull over. They're like, pull over. All right, cool. Hold on. I'm getting out right here. You know what I'm saying? Throw up in my car, bro. Like, man, I only got to claim like 3 times out of the whole time. But, there was some close calls. There's a lot more close calls than actual people throwing up in your car, because people definitely don't want to do it. Because they know that auto hit, bang, overdraft your account, bang. Well, don't throw up in someone's car. It is what it is, bro. It just is what it is. When I was a cab driver, it was more expensive for them to throw up in your car, but it was also harder to get the money from them You could call the cops. The cops ain't gonna swipe their card, you know? What if they truly ain't got that much money in their account? Then it's over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to try and do some civil things with them and be like, yo, all right, cool, I'll call you tomorrow, and, you know, here's my, you know, like, it's just harder to get the money whenever you do cab driving versus Uber and Lyft, where everything's on file. Let's just auto draft that quick. Take your whole account out. So, yeah. I loved it, man. I loved it. So yeah, what's been your experience? Do you pick up people who are way too jaded to drive, you know? Like, way too jaded. I'm talking about, like, they get in their car and they instantly pass out in your car. Yeah, those people. Did you guys pick them up too? I know certain people, like, if you have, like, I had fabric seats, so it wasn't like a big deal, but like, yeah, you could get it out. It's just you have to react like right away. It can't just be sitting at all. You need to get that stuff out immediately, bro. Immediately. And what would suck is I had to doctor up one situation one time. This lady had thrown up, but she had threw up so many times at night wherever she was that when she threw up in my car, it was like mainly water and stuff. It still smelled, but it was mainly water, so you couldn't really see it. I had our dark colored seats, so you couldn't see it. So I found out, you go to, like, you know, we have QT over here. Go to QT or Circle K and get their little Hot Pocket, heat it up a little bit, and just take that and just smear that on your seats. Right where they threw up, I just smear it on your seats right there. And it looks like puke, bro. In the picture, it looked like she just blew chunks in there. Way easy to clean up. And always, not always, just that one time I had to doctor it up, got approved. And yeah. Only one time they didn't accept my photo was when someone else threw out, well, it was another girl. There's mainly girls that do this. But anyways, they threw up on the side of my car. I have a dark colored car, and there was no chunks on there. It was just like literally like you could see that she had threw up all on the side of my car because we're doing 80 on the freeway trying to get her where she needs to go. And she just opens the window, blah, just all of her face, dress, the side of my car, the back of the window. It was, bro, tragedy. Obviously, when something like that happens, it's over, bro. And they didn't approve it because they couldn't see enough damage. And that's what made me doctor up the next situation wherever, like, there was damage, but it wasn't visible damage. Because it's still damage, you still threw up, bro. Like, I don't care if you were just like this and you catch it in your hand and a little bit gets on the floor, bro. I want to charge you because you ain't supposed to be throwing up in people's cars. You should get charged no matter what. No matter what. I don't care how it goes. Don't throw up in someone's car, man. Like, if I'm too drunk and I throw up in your car in any way, I'm talking about even at the smallest amount, charge me, bro. Because I shouldn't be throwing up in people's cars. That's crazy. It's so inconsiderate. Anyways. But neither here nor there, whatever. So yeah, so what's been your experience? What's been your worst story with Uber and Lyft? Bro, all mine, besides people throwing up, have been smooth sailing. I had no issues. I've never had to call the police, never had to threaten to call the police. Everyone's always just got out. There's a little bit of confusion where this girl jumped in the car and gave me an address, then passed out. I showed up to her house, and I was like, all right, cool, we're here. And she didn't want to get out because she didn't believe that she was at her own house. And then I just opened her door and showed her. I was like, this is your house. And if not, this is the address you gave me. So, like, what's your address again? And she looks like super hard. Oh, yeah, this is my house. And she walked out. That was the only time. Now, other than that, it's been smooth sailing. I had a cab driver story. When I was a cab driver, I did cab driving for 2 years in California. I wouldn't do it anywhere else. California, I was in San Diego, California, doing 2 years of straight up yellow cab. And me and like three people, like, well, okay, let me explain how you get a cab license, which I didn't even know how you do it, but this is how you do it. So you had to go two places. One, you need to go to the county that you're going to do your county, your cab driving in, which is San Diego County for me. So I went there, boom. And then you have to get this, like, it's like this, they print it off and they like put it into some you know, like shrink wrap basically, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. They basically seal it up so you don't damage it or whatever. And this is your cab license. So it's a piece of paper and a thing. And it's not a new license. You don't have to do a test for it. It's not a new license at all. You literally just pay money and they give you this card saying that you're a cab driver. Then whatever place you're going to be doing it in, like I was going to be doing it in Oceanside, California. That city, each city that you need to do it in, that you were mainly based in, majority of your trips are going to be in, that's who you're going to go into their little office and tell them, hey, I need a tax slip for this city so I can do cab driving here. Then they would just literally give you this little thing, and then that's who you pay the little tax. You give that to your tax person when they do your taxes, and so you can pay your city taxes. Anyways, that's it. So when y'all walked in the office to get that first paper, everybody and their mom looked like a cab driver. I'm talking about when you think about the chronological cab driver, those people were all in there. Everybody looked like cab drivers. There was like maybe 3 or 4 people who did not look like cab drivers, such as myself, that were doing cab driving. It was super fun. I loved every moment of that. I had 2 instances, which one I remember vividly. Well, I remember them both. And yeah, I remember them both, bro. Like, what is going on? What are you doing right now? Like, see what I mean? Like, such weirdos, bro. Like, this person is doing 10 miles an hour. And I'm like, bro, you're in a 25, bro. Just letting everybody know. You don't got to go fast. You just can't go 10 miles an hour, okay? And I was going to swerve around them, but like literally the next light I needed to get over anyways, neither here nor there. So so these two situations that happened. The first one was, okay, so I did Camp Pendleton, which is a Marine base. It's literally the biggest Marine base in the entire US. And it's so big they can almost have 2 zip codes. It's so big. And so these people, when they come back from deployment, their first thing is to go from, I think, is it Las Pogas or 23 area? I think it's 23 area that they end up going to from being deployed. So they get here and they want to instantly go out and party, like instantly go out and party. So I had caught one, and this is okay. So when the night's over, it's like 2:30 a.m. Kind of want to watch who you pick up, and I broke my own rule. Some dude seen me, he was looking faded, bro. So I was like, you know what, I'll pick him up. So I went over there and I picked him up, and this was a Marine. He was a small guy, but he was still a Marine. Don't get it messed up, bro. Just because one's small does not mean they will not wild out on you, bro. They got back from deployment. You don't know what type of deployment they were even on. You don't know what type of battle experience that they even have. And nor do you want to find out, trust me. So, this person got in the car. He told me where he wanted to go. Obviously, he's not even from here. He's stationed here. So he really doesn't know the area. He just knows that he needs to get back to whatever place he's going to, which was, he didn't live at this place. He's trying to go to his girl's house. And the address he gave me, I took him there. Then he was like, oh, he looks around. He's like, where'd you take me, bro? I was like, what? You gave me this address where I went to. And he's like, are you sure, bro? I was like, yeah, that's the address you gave me. Is there a different address you need to go to? He's like, oh, no, it just doesn't look familiar. I was like, well, just get out and go over there and see if it's good. Just like go check, knock on the door or something. I don't know. And he looked at me and said, what? I was like, yeah, go check. Oh, you're trying to trick me, bro. And then he went like this with his left hand to trick, because he's obviously sitting in the front. His left hand to try to grab my keys to take the car keys from me for whatever reason. I don't know what it was. I literally grabbed his hand like this, like I'm talking about like right there in the arm. Boom, grabbed his arm, and then he pulled away. And he's like, oh, you want to go, bro? And so he opens the door. And I took the car keys out, so he didn't have them. I had my car keys in my hand. And I got out of the car, and he came running around the car, and I'd already got back in, slammed the door, turned the car back on, and just jetted out of there, bro. I was gone. Because like I said, I don't know, bro. You can call me what you want in the comment section, bro. I am not, for one, that's a lose-lose. You gain nothing from beating him down because for one, he's already jaded. And for two, it's a Marine, bro. If a cop comes rolling up, especially in Oceanside, and sees you just beating down this Marine, and this guy is prior military, because a lot of the cops technically were prior military, because this is a close-knit type town anyways. But let's just say he wasn't. Doesn't matter. They're going to see that, and they're going to automatically go harder on you, bro. So I'm just saying, bro, it's a lose-lose. I didn't want nothing to do with it, bro. So I took off. Boom, gone. And as soon as I turned the corner, there was a cop kind of just cruising super slow down the neighborhood. I stopped at him. I was like, yo, bro, this guy tried to blah, blah, blah. Told him I snitched him out immediately because like I said, I ain't from the streets, bro. I lived in the hood, but I am not from a hood. So I snitched him out immediately and told him exactly where he was. And he was like, yeah, what do you want us to do? I was like, just drunk and disorderly? I was like, yeah, he didn't assault me. He didn't put his hands on me. But he was definitely wanting to. I don't know what he was going to do, but this is what happened. This is how it happened. This is all I got for you. And it's all right, cool. So they went and found him or didn't find him. I have no idea. Like, he was literally right there. I don't know if he took off or what. Dude was way too jaded to even get anywhere anyway. So he might have got caught up. I don't know. You shouldn't be messing with cab drivers, all right? And then the second one, bro, okay, technically there's three. I'll tell you this one right now because it's short and quick. I was at a light. I was heading back to the zone, and I was just sitting there. It was like this. So over there in California, they have this thing called the 76, which is Bonsall Freeway, B-A-N-Z-A-L. Z-A-L or Z-A-I-L? I think it's Z-A-L. And it's a freeway that it's literally like 2 lanes this way, 2 lanes that way. And I was right there. And turning left, going down, heading back down to the PCH. And I looked at this dude that was like, okay, I'm in the turning lane. He was like right over there at the light, just standing there. Next thing you know, he goes like this, and he has like a, you know what I'm saying? Then like right when the light turns green, he points it at me. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm just like cruising like this. I didn't even stare at him at all. I just hit the gas and like as soon as I turn the turn all complete, I just hit the gas. And then I looked in the rearview mirror and he wasn't there no more. It was so weird. Death was for me right there, bro. They wanted to take me out, but God got me, so it was all good. Anyways, that was weird. I Googled all types of stuff the next day and didn't find nothing. So maybe he was just doing it to me personally. I have no idea. Then the last one was when I was in Escondido. Escondido is similar to Phoenix, Arizona. It's like you know, it's a little bit shifty part of town in places, and there's good parts, but this one was a crazy part. I was there at like 2:30 in the morning, and it was just this guy that ordered a cab. So I went over there, boom, pulled up, and it was like this stairway that went to his house, and his door was open. And it was just like this yellow light that people have in their house, just a yellow bulb, just boom, lighting up the light way. I'm just sitting there looking at it, and then I hit the call button to, you know, come get him, and no one picks up, and he just comes to the door and stands there and stares at me. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I just took off, bro. I was like, bro, I don't know what this guy got going on, but I'm good. He never answered. They like the cab company usually will call you and say, hey man, you didn't pick up the customer. He's calling us back. You need to go back and pick him up. No one called me back. I was just able to cancel the trip. And I just turned it off and headed right back to my regular zone, bro. I never worked Escondido. If it turned into nighttime, if the sun went down, I turned it off. I never did Escondido after that unless it was daytime, bro. Weird stuff like that, bro. So I don't know what would happen, but that was crazy. That was the only 3 experiences I ever had as a cab driver for 2 solid years. That's crazy. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and getting to the end. You guys are amazing, and we are growing absolutely at lightning speed. This is crazy, bro. I appreciate you guys so much, man, for real. I appreciate you from the bottom of my freaking soul right now, okay? All you gotta do is type a comment down below, just like the comment that was in this video. I'll respond with a video with your comment there. If I'm gonna go ahead and answer something, I'm gonna answer it through a video. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. And yeah, subscribe. Peace.